Alright, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to day 2 of Virtual Aviation Nation. We have a great lineup for today, starting with the YF-23 demo, Zaz Rhino demo, the Virtual F-35C demo, Virtual Strike Test demo, Virtual Vandy 1, and the F-18 Chili demo. And finally, the VUSM F-22 Raptor demo. We'll be getting started here shortly, so stay tuned and enjoy the show.
Let the sparks fly.
They say we are what we are, but
Alright, everyone. Give them some love. Great demo. They haven't flown for us for a while. They've been on a little LOA. But up next, we got the Zaz Rhino. Now, I personally really like this demo, so you do not want to miss it. Give them a warm welcome to the stage. Welcome to the Zaz Rhino.
Ladies and gentlemen, and it is my honor to present to you today a tactical demonstration of the Zosnian Navy's FA-18 Super Hornet, affectionately known to its pilots as the Rhino. Today's demonstration is flown by Tayani Ferguson, call sign Fergalicious. Fergalicious will now demonstrate the sheer speed of the Rhino with a high-speed pass. With a top speed of Mach 1.7, the Rhino is one of the fastest airframes in the Zosnian inventory. During this pass, he will be traveling just more than half of that top speed. The Rhino, over the course of 2+ decades in service with the Zosnian Navy and Air Force, has proven itself a tried-and-true workhorse, capable of handling the most demanding missions in any combat environment. Now watch as Fergalicious configures his aircraft for the dirty pass with the gear and hook extended, showing you the carrier landing configuration of the Rhino. Immediately afterward, he will flow into a series of vertical turns, looping and crossing over the showbox in a maneuver called the Cuban 8. Now, ladies and gentlemen, prepare to feel the raw power of the Zosnian Navy as Fergalicious performs a minimum radius turn at show center. This showcases the ability of the Super Hornet to engage and outmaneuver any threat in a dogfight. From the left, the minimum radius turn. combat, being able to fly slow is just as important as being able to fly supersonic. Now watch as Fergalicious demonstrates the high angle of attack capabilities of the Super Hornet. Notice how even at this extremely slow speed, the Super Hornet remains completely in control. Inbound at more than 30 degrees angle of attack, the Super Hornet High Alpha Pass. He is now setting up for a classic Hornet maneuver, the pirouette. He will climb and flip the Rhino over, and then slow the aircraft down and use that rudder to spin and control the aircraft gracefully like a leaf in the wind.
Let go, watching you turn your back like you always do. Face away and pretend that I'm not, but I'll be here 'cause you're all that I got. I can't face the way you sometimes I don't make sense.
Fergalicious descends, he'll perform a touch and go, simulating a carrier landing approach. The Super Hornet, with its robust landing gear, is built to endure the harshest conditions, including carrier operations in the Zosnian Navy. ladies and gentlemen, it's time to stand up and move forward for the dedication pass. This pass is dedicated to all the men and women serving in the armed forces of Zaz and our allied nations. From the left, the Super Hornet dedication pass. As we near the end of today's demonstration, Fergalicious prepares for landing. After showcasing the power and agility of the Rhino, he'll bring the aircraft in for a smooth and precise touchdown. This is where the training and skill of our pilots shine, ensuring they can land on both land and sea in any conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's demonstration of the FA-18 Super Hornet, flown by Tayani Ferguson, callsign Fergalicious. The Rhino remains the backbone of the Zaznian Air Force and Navy, capable of handling any mission thrown its way. We hope you've enjoyed today's demonstration. Zaz, dude!
Alright, everyone, give them some love in the chat. That was an insane demo from the Zaznian Rhino demo. I always love to see them around. I believe the last time we had them, I don't believe it was actually that long ago. But every time they're here, it's always insane. That's one thing that they always do when they show up. But without further ado, let's get to that next demo. The next demo is the virtual F-35C Lightning demo. Stay tuned and enjoy the show.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and on behalf of the virtual United States Navy, it is my pleasure to describe to you today a combat capability demonstration by the Navy's 5th generation stealth fighter, the F-35C Lightning II. My name is Jamal Duncan, call sign Snoopy, the team's narrator. Demon will be at the controls for today's performance as they demonstrate the incredible flying characteristics of this mighty warfighting machine. With over 6 years of combined simulation flying experience, they will be sure to put on a great show for you today. All of our F-35C pilots you see in action today are instructor pilots serving in Strike Fighter Squadron VFA 125, the Rough Raiders, based out of Naval Air Station Lemoore, California. As the Navy's only F-35 fleet replacement squadron, our mission is to train Navy and Marine Corps pilots and maintenance personnel to operate and sustain this Joint Strike Fighter aircraft. The FA-125 received its first Lightning II in 2017 and has since trained over 150 pilots to fly the F-35C model, including the Navy's newest wing aviators. The F-35C is the Navy's variant of the Joint Strike Fighter, It is the only 5th generation fighter aircraft in the Navy's inventory. It combines stealth and sensor fusion to increase the lethality and survivability of the carrier airway. The C model differs from other F-35 variants as it has wider wings, increased fuel capacity, added ailerons, enhanced landing gear, and all of which accommodate the often violent recovery on board aircraft carriers at sea. Like the F/A-18 Super Hornet, the F-35C launches from a carrier using a catapult system and recovers via a westing wire, decelerating from 150 miles per hour to a dead stop in under 2 seconds. As Demon engages full afterburner, accelerating at maximum power. Watch as he pulls into a near vertical climb. At this power center, the F-35C's astounding Pratt & Whitney F-135 engine is producing 43,000 pounds of thrust. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the thunder, because here comes the thunder. Now, get your cameras ready and look to your right as Demon brings the F-35C in for the photo pass. Here, you will hear and feel the thunder of this Pratt & Whitney engine as he passes Soul Center in maximum afterburner. Take note of how smooth the aircraft cuts through the air as Demon provides you with a stellar planform view of this incredible stealth fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, on the knife edge, the F-35C's photo pass. Pitch. From a speed of 300 miles per hour, Demon will select maximum afterburner, rolling the aircraft into a 90-degree angle for bank turn to showcase the extreme handling characteristics of the F-35C at full speed and high angles of attack. He will then climb into the vertical, demonstrating the sheer power of the Lightning II as he accelerates away from the ground. From the left, the F-35C's tactical hedge. Demon will now showcase the precise flight handling characteristics of the F-35 by executing a 4-point roll. Pausing every 90 degrees, he will pass by show center in the inverted position before finishing the maneuver. Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, the 4-point roll.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up, man, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much longer.
Demon will now quickly reposition his aircraft for a minimum radius turn at show center. During this turn, he will be pressed into a seat with a force 7.5 times the force of gravity. To put that in perspective, during this maneuver, Demon's body will feel close to 1,400 pounds. The F-35C executes extremely tight turns to gain the advantage of an adversary and then quickly points his nose at wheel and dogfighting engagements. In a full turn, the F-35C will turn in less than a 1,200-foot radius. To get ready for the minimum radius turn. F-35C is authorized to carry advanced medium and short-range air-to-air missiles, including the AIM-120 and AIM-9, as well as a variety of GPS and laser-guided bombs. To maintain the stealth profile, these weapons are stored inside the two large internal weapons bays. As Demon approaches from our left, he will cycle those weapons bay doors, giving you a rare look inside where he will hide those bombs and missiles from the enemy. Take a look from your right, the weapons bay door pass. Now, setting up from the left, Demon is bringing the F-35C around for the carrier break at 500 feet and 500 knots. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just watched the carrier break, and that's how fixed-wing aircraft enter the landing pattern at the ship in an expeditious manner during the daytime. After approaching the ship with a high rate of speed and executing a hard turn to deplete the aircraft of extra airspeed, Demon will now lower his landing gear and go through his landing checks. Unlike regular aircraft where a pilot will flare to land as smoothly as possible, the F-35C lands at approximately 750 feet per minute rate of descent, aiming for an extremely small spot on the flight deck to put the tailhook into the resting wires. These land carrier landers, a wide F-35C, require stronger landing gear than the A and B models. Pay close attention to the touchdown and you'll notice puffs of light smoke coming off the main landing gear as wheels touch down. Lightning 407, you are 3/4 of a mile per the ball.
407, clear the ball, 6.9.
Larger ball, winds are 2 knots down the angle. Look steps. Demon is now returning the F-35C for the high alpha pass. One of the distinct advantages of the F-35C model is the larger wings, control surfaces, and added ailerons. All these attributes make the aircraft extremely maneuverable even at slow airspeeds. As Demon carefully works to slow the jet down, watch as the control surfaces rapidly fluctuate to account for the extremely small changes needed to keep the jet flying level at this speed. Pay attention to the aircraft as it slows to nearly 100 miles per hour. Many of us have probably driven a car faster than that. At the show center, Demon is going to select maximum afterburner and to display the raw power of the F-135 engine as it climbs away and sets up for the next maneuver. From the right, the high alpha pass.
And the Nikes on my feet, keep my sight
Nikes on my feet make my sight look complete. I stay shining like the lights on the a little bit obnoxious. With a pilot stay fresh up in his cockpit. What's the rack hand-me-downs?
As Demon approaches Show Center at 300 feet and at this speed, you may notice white vapor coming off the aircraft, indicating that it is approaching the speed of sound at nearly 750 miles per hour. Demon must be careful as to not exceed the speed of sound, as this sonic room will shatter windows in the surrounding area. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left, the high speed pass. Demon is now positioning the F-35C for his final maneuver in today's demonstration as he approaches from one last tactical pitch. He will use his tight turning capability to gain altitude and slow the aircraft for a low approach and landing. From your right, the F-35C's tactical pitch.
You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about the storm. I'm way too numb, yeah. It's way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, when you throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. 713 through the 281, yeah, I'm riding. Why they on me? I'm flying, sipping low key. I'm sipping low key at Onyx, find a rider. When I'm pulling up right beside you, pop star Lil Mariah. When I text kick game wireless, throw a stack on the Bible. Never Snapchat or took my hoe. She fall through plenty, her and all her guineas. Yeah, we at the top floor right there off Duini. Yeah. I don't know what you've been told, but time is running out, no need to take it slow. I'm stepping to you toe to toe. I should be scared, honey, maybe so, but I ain't worried about it. I don't know what you've been told, but time is running out, so spend it like it's gold. I'm living like I'm 19 years, got no regrets even when I'm broke. Yeah, I'm at my best when I got something I'm wanting to steal. Way too busy for them problems and problems to feel. Yeah, no stressing, just obsessing with sealing the deal. I take it in and let it go, but I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's demonstration of the Navy's newest frontline fighter, the F-35C Lightning II. Together with the FA-18 Super Hornet, the EA-18G Growler, and the early warning and control system platform, the E-2D Advanced Hawkeye, the F-35C fuses a team that is unmatched in the world today. Without the support from our professional maintainers, today's performance by the U.S. Navy's F-35C demonstration team will not be possible. The Rough Raiders of Strike Fighter Squadron VFA 125 thank you for your support and encourage you to come and visit our team throughout the rest of today's event. There, they will be available to answer any questions you may have about the F-35C, naval aviation, and the many opportunities there are to serve in the United States Navy. On behalf of the commanding officer of VFA 125 and all the men and women of the United States Navy, we thank you for coming out to today's show, and may God bless America.
Alright, everyone, give some love to the virtual F-35C demo team. That was an insane demo. as always. Up next, we have the virtual strike test demo in an F-18F Super Hornet. Let's give them a warm welcome. Enjoy the show.
Said you want a little company, and I love it cause the thrill's cheap. Said you left him for good this time. Still, if you knew I was here, you'd wanna kill me. But it's time you met the real me. Filthy, but wasn't always will be. You pill me, feeling I'll still be your addiction. You can touch a prescription, but don't feel me. I'll let you see my dark side, but like a mic check, you got 1, 2. So when the sparks fly, we hit the flight deck and got sprung like an ejector seat from an F-15. But tonight we don't need those pills, it's the effects of each other. But we gon' film, cause I'm good with Jags. So no complexities, just sex. And don't lecture me, just accept that.
I only call you when it's half-past 5. The only time that I read by your side. I only love it when you touch me, not feel me when I'm fucked up. That's a real me when I'm fucked up. That's a real me, yeah. I only call you when it's half-past 5. The only time I ever call you mine. I only love it when you touch me, not feel me.
sometimes I don't make sense. What you never want to say, but I've never had a doubt. It's like no matter what I do, I can't hide it. That's just me out. Watching you, turn your back like you always do. Face away and pretend that I'm not. I'll be here 'cause you're all that I got.
my hand, everything will be okay. I heard from the heavens that clouds have been gray. Pull me close, wrap me in your aching arms. I see that you're hurting. Why'd you take so long to tell me you need me? I see that you're bleeding. You don't need to show me again. But if you decide to, I'll run in this night with you. So right tonight, but don't you let go of my hand. You can cry every last tear. I won't leave till I understand. Promise me, just hold my hand. Raise your head, look into my wishful eyes. That fear that's inside you will lift, give it time. I can see everything you're blind to now. Your prayers will be answered. Let God whisper how to tell me you need me. I see that you're bleeding. You don't need to show me again. But if you decide to, I'll ride in this life with you. I won't let go till the end. So tonight, but don't you let go of my hand. You can cry every last tear. I won't leave till I understand. Promise you, just hold my hand. Hold my hand, hold my hand. I'll be right here. Hold my hand. Hold my hand, hold my hand. I'll be right here. Hold my hand. I know you're scared and your pain isn't perfect, but don't you I've heard the story, a girl she once told me that I would be happy I heard from the heavens.
Alright everyone, give some love to the virtual strike test demo. That was a great demo, and I love that legacy flight. Always love to see a good legacy flight or heritage flight. But up next, we got virtual Vandy 1. Give them a warm welcome and enjoy the rest of the show.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Your virtual Vandy 1 is honored to fly for you today. This, our third public flight demo of the 2025 season. Off to your right, Killshot Vandy 1 is getting ready for his show. He'll check his flaps and stabs to get ready to burn up the skies of virtual Aviation Nation. Now stand up, get those cameras ready, and listen to the sound of the black F-18 Super Hornet we call Vandy 1. Pitching the nose straight up, he'll be setting up for his next maneuver. Rolling his aircraft 270 degrees to a perfectly set left bank. From the right, your virtual Vandy 1 and his dedication pass.
The stench of rotted flesh has not been caught by a storm. Moving his trophies to another home.
Killshot makes his approach from the left. He'll be setting up for a maneuver that looks very familiar. Done by the F-14 Tomcat demo and the Pac-F Viper demo. Also Viper demo from the left. Vandy 1 in the flat 8. And slow his jet down to approximately 150 knots. At show center, he will light the burners, set the gear up, and pitch the nose straight up for the carrier configuration pass. From the right, Vandy 1 in the carrier configuration pass. The left, Vandy 1 in the Cuban 8. The maneuver he created all by himself, like a big boy. From the right, Killshot and the Vandy Special.
In mein Gesicht, ein heißer Schrei. Feuer frei.
American country singers we've ever heard. Throwing his jet in full afterburner, he would cross the crowd at about 600 knots. Here's Killshot at the Dedication Pass.
But every now and then, I wanna talk about me, wanna talk about I, wanna talk about number one. Oh my, me, my, what I think, what I like, what I know, what I want, what I see. I like talking about you usually.
Exiting to the right, he will pull his jet as hard as he possibly can to set up for his high alpha pass. He will slow his jet down to 165 knots and point the nose up about 30 degrees nose high. From the right, Vandy 1 in the high alpha pass. Setting up for his next maneuver, he will pull around to the left. This maneuver is very common in the aviation world. From the left, Vandy 1 in the inverted to inverted roll. Straight up and doing a couple rolls, he will pull his jet back towards the show line and set up for his high-speed bottom up pass. From in front to the left, Vandy 1 and the high speed bottom up pass. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Killshot in the cockpit of Vandy 1 again. We're back in Old Faithful, the F-18 Super Hornet. We greatly appreciate every person here for coming out to Virtual Aviation Nation. This flight was one of my best. I love this flight. It's very cool, lots of flares, lots of burners. Anyway, this is the last maneuver we have today, all weekend. You guys get to witness it. My first time doing this, so bear with me here. Give me a wave on the way out. Look at the bottom side of the F-18. See you. Now, in front of the crowd, Killshot in Vandy 1.
Alright, everyone, give some love to Virtual Vandy 1 in the chat. A great demo as always. Up next, for our second last performer, we have the F-18 Chili demo. We had them fly for us once before and they were amazing. So I guarantee you this one will be amazing as well. Give them a warm welcome and enjoy the rest of the show.
into my eyes, like a leading you down into my core. Will I become so numb without a soul? My spirit sleeping somewhere cold until you find me there.
Alright, everyone, give it up for the F-18 Chile demo. That was a great demo. They did some crazy maneuvers I didn't even know was possible in the F-18 today. Overall, very good demo. Up next, from the MilSim Group, Virtual United States Military, headlining our show today, we have the Virtual United States Military F-22 Raptor demo. Give them some love, welcome them, and enjoy the last last performance of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. And on behalf of your United States Air Force, the Commander of Air Combat Command, General Ronald Keyes, and all of Air Combat Command, we welcome you to today's performance by the Virtual United States Military F-22 Raptor demonstration team. Jeremy Ortiz, callsign Speaker from Milford, Delaware, is flying today's demonstration. He is assisted today by a safety observer, Captain Alex Jackson, Team Chief, Technical Sergeant Andrew Rigatoni, Dedicated Crew Chiefs Staff Sergeant Logan Hale, and Senior Airman Clark Patrick. Avionics Specialist Senior Airman Seth Gibson, and Airman First Class Leroy Dorsey. I'm the team Superintendent Jordan Coford, and I am honored to be your narrator for today. You are about to witness the maneuvering capabilities of the most advanced, most capable, and most lethal fighter aircraft the world has ever seen. While we can't show you everything that makes the Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor a truly next-generation fighter, you will be witness to its raw power and thrust-vectored maneuverability as it executes maneuvers that no other combat aircraft in the world can perform. Our demonstration today is flown by a mission-ready pilot in an unmodified, fully combat-capable F-22. The Raptor carries any combination of 8 missiles and 2 1,000-pound GPS-guided bombs, and also wields a 20mm cannon. It is a true first look, first shot, first kill weapon system. Minus live missiles, bombs, and bullets, the aircraft and pilot you will see today are 100% ready to go to war. From your left, you will see the Raptor execute a maximum performance takeoff, producing 70,000 pounds of thrust from its powerful Pratt & Whitney F-119 engines. The Raptor will virtually leap off the runway at an amazing 1,000 feet. In the climb, Speaker will reduce power and at nearly zero airspeed, push the nose down and accelerate forward. Now it is time to stand up, move forward, and get ready. The show is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the most feared combat-capable aircraft in the world today, the F-22 Raptor!
Sie wird heute Nacht nicht untergehen und die Welt zählt laut bis 10.
The Raptor dominates in any conceivable dogfight scenario. It has no rival. As the aircraft is repositioned back from the right, watch now as the Raptor executes a maximum performance horizontal, vertical, and lateral turn, one right after the other. No matter the dimension, the F-22 has the tightest turning capability of any combat fighter jet in the world. going to be stealthy and invisible to enemy radars, the aircraft must have a clean profile, requiring all its missiles and bombs to be carried inside. The F-22 is the first supersonic multi-role stealth fighter in the world with a fully internal combat weapons load. Get your cameras ready as the Raptors banks in from the right and cycles its weapon bay door. Folks, if you've ever wondered where the bombs and missiles hide, here is your answer. Let's take a look at the Raptors weapons bay door pass. The Raptor will now quickly reposition and show you what the advanced flight controls and engines can do. You will see why the aircraft is unmatched in a vertical fight, as it curves through a loop and doubles its altitude at the end. At the top of the loop, you will see the Raptor rotate around one spot in the sky. This is due to the vectored thrust of the two F-119 engines, which literally flip the nose through the vertical and back to level flight. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left, the power loop. As we speak, there are nearly 30,000 U.S. airmen deployed around the world, keeping all Americans safe here at home. To our soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen, past and present, and especially those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice by giving their lives defending our great nation and the freedoms of others, we salute you. From the right, we are proud to present the F-22 Dedication Pass. The F-22 possesses the ability to point its nose at will at extremely low airspeeds and high angles of attack. As the Raptor repositions, prepare to watch closely as the aircraft will pull into the vertical and climb. At altitude, Speaker will quickly arrest the climb by flipping backwards and leveling off, then execute an immediate 180-degree flat turn to the left, then reverse the turn back to the right for another 180 degrees, all in under 2,500 feet of altitude and under complete control. Many jets can turn tight, many jets can roll quickly, and many jets can climb fast, but not many can slide. Watch now from overhead as the Raptor flies past, pulls up, and with complete control, actually slides backwards.
Don't you love the life heart disowned you. Don't suppose I'll ever know. So means to be a man, something I can exchange. I live around here. I wanna wake up where you are. I won't say anything at all. So why don't you slide?
No other combat aircraft in the world can maneuver to kill an adversary like the F-22. From the right, watches the Raptor quickly repositions itself for another power loop, showcasing its full maneuvering potential, which no other legacy fighter can match. From 60 knots to 600, the F-22 will reposition for a high-speed pass, showcasing just a fraction of the aircraft's super cruise and full-speed capability. Without even using its afterburners, the Raptor can reach speeds and altitudes that make it virtually untouchable. Prepare to feel and hear freedom's thunder on the high-speed pass! Since April of 1953, the United States Air Force has owned the skies over every battlefield, guaranteeing our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines the freedom from attack and freedom to maneuver. However, our potential adversaries have not sat idly by. Instead, they have developed increasingly capable fighter aircraft and surface-to-air missiles, potentially putting our airmen in harm's way. The 5th generation F-22 Raptor is our answer with its stealth, supercruise, and precision weapons engagement, fully integrated avionics, offensive firepower, defensive systems, and maintenance sustainability. There is no battlefield from which the Raptor can be denied access. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's demonstration of the United States Air Force's F-22 Raptor. We hope you've enjoyed the show and are now aware of the capabilities of the F-22 and the United States Air Force that they're bringing to the fight. The Raptor is the first 5th generation stealth aircraft and is fully operational and ready to defend our skies and secure America's freedom for years to come.
But we unleashed the lion. Gnashed his teeth and bit the recessed lady's breast. How can I forget? And he hit me with the surprise blast. My jaw left hurting. Dropped right open. Just like the day. Oh, like the day I heard. Not even in affection. And the boy was something that mommy wouldn't wear. Came down wicked. Oh, this world, tell me spoken.
All right, everyone. That concludes Virtual Aviation Nation. Thank you for everyone who came out on day 1 and today, day 2. We all had a blast putting on this show for you. The performers had a great time performing for all of you. Until next time, thank you for watching.